What's up, everyone? I'm back with another 12 Days of Whiskey. Today is day 11, and like I said, we had something special for you guys. I'm with Jason, the head bum in charge. We are in what we call the Bum Cave. This is where we come and I drink all of Jason's bourbons and pretend to think about good ideas for the podcast, but it's mostly just us getting drunk. Jason, say hello to the people.
How you doing, everyone? We got a special treat for you today. Today we are doing
Nips.
We got some Elijah Craig and some Larceny. About $3.99 at your local liquor store each.
Yep, $2.99 if you find it at a special.
No, we're joking. We got a special treat lined up for you guys today.
Yeah, so we're wrapping up the series. We got 2 days left. It's Christmas Eve. We wanted to do something special. I want to do something special with you, Jason. This is what I would consider your favorite company.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Right now, I love everything Bardstown's doing. And ever since we went to the distillery and we did the tastings and we tried some of their special blends and distillery only releases, they just keep on knocking it out of the park with their products.
I like to call them the new kid on the block. They're less than 10 years old. They claim to be the first like Napa Valley style distilling company in Bardstown in the tour. And we were blown away. We were blown away when we visited there. Not only their distilling but their restaurant, their whiskey library we got videos of was out of this world. So they're doing everything right. They're just up and coming, but we talked about it when we were down there. The next 10 years, they're going to be blowing up because, they've already blown up. It's too late now. But not only are they making their own distillate now, they're sourcing for other companies. I know Jefferson's is one of them. Lucky 7 is another. A lot of companies that are up and coming. These are the guys behind the bourbon or whiskey. So what do we got for us?
All right, so we got 3 tasting flight we're going to do today. First one we're going to do is one of my personal favorites. It's Bardstown Discovery 6 series. Now, this one's a couple years older already, but it's a blend of Kentucky, Tennessee, and Indiana bourbons aging between 7 and 17 years. So you get a nice little, should probably just show my face.
There you go. Vanna White.
This very, very nice blend. And a lot of people say that this is one of the premier of the Discovery series, even though they're up to number 8 right now. It's a very, very good.
We've had this before. We actually had these little, I think it was almost a year ago during the holidays. Mm-hmm. We had like a little tasting set that we were able to find. And we both fell in love with Disco 6. Discovery 6 is, like you said, what'd you say? 68% Kentucky, 11-year-old. 16% Tennessee, 17-year-old. That would be Dickel. And then 16% Indiana, which is MGP. A lot of the times people turn their way at Dickel because of, I feel like they got a bad reputation, but their age stuff, especially when blended with other companies, that's the stuff that stands out. People, I like to say like it's got like a vitamin-y feel, like Flintstone's chewable vitamins, but that's on their own Dickel brands. Once it's blended with this stuff, you just taste the oak and the age and everything else that's good about aged bourbon. So, yeah, man, this is outstanding. I knew we were going to like this. It's a good way to start off the Bardstown flight, if you will.
Yes. The second one we're going to do is one of the newer ones in the market, Bardstown Plantation series. We actually picked up a bottle of this shortly after we got back from the Bourbon Trail. We got to do a little sneak peek of it. It wasn't on our tasting, but the guy liked us so much, he actually gave us a little sample. This is 10-year-old Dickel, finished for 22 months in Plantation Jamaica rum barrels. And it's their collaboration series, 104 proof. So if you like a good rum finished bourbon, this actually got number 15 on Whiskey Advocate's 2022 list this year.
The nose is just straight, like it's rum. It's rum. It's got a little bit of oak. There's some honey in there.
Yeah, you get some sweetness in it.
Yeah. Wow. So of these 3, this is the only one I've never had before. So this is my first tasting doing this. It's awesome. It's fantastic. Yeah, there's nothing quote unquote Dickel about it.
even though it is 10-year Dickel.
Yeah. I don't get much of that Dickel. No, the rum. Wow, that's good. It's super sweet. Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, so if you actually looked at Breaking Bourbon's rankings for the year, they actually had it in their top bourbons as well. I don't remember, it might have been like top 5 for them. But yeah, number 15. You can still find it at some of your non-member big boxes, aka Binnies. This one runs about $180. Going back to the Discovery real quick, these run about $140. 6 is still hard to find, but you can still find the newer versions 7 and 8, which are more rye forward in those expressions. Yep. And finally, this is a treat. This is a distillery only release. It is their triple blended stav finish. So we actually got to do this on our tasting, and it was basically like, if you don't buy this bottle now, you're never going to be able to get it. So it was a $200 bottle. If you ever see someone who's selling it on secondary, highly recommend you pick this up. On this one, we got a mixture of 7-year MGP, 12-year Kentucky sourced, and then some more younger MGP. Then it's finished for 3 weeks in different oak barrels, and then it's reblended with a 17-year Dickel, and it comes out at 108 proof.
Yeah, it's got a lot of the triple stave finish. When we had it in Kentucky, I said it reminds me a lot of what Makers does with their wood finishing series. Sometimes they throw in 10 French oak staves or different. They have a combination of like 50 different combinations, that they can do. This is very similar to that. Obviously, it's a little upper echelon, a little higher tiered, but yeah, it's really, really good. But it reminds me of a Makers. I think it's probably because of that triple stave finish.
Yeah. So the second stave is a Sweet Shop oak stave, and then the third one is a charred barrel stave. So you get a little bit of everything with this, and it's all over the place. But if you ever see this, I highly recommend picking up, even if you have to pay a little secondary prices for it, because it is one of the best bourbons I've had.
Yeah, I regret not picking it up at the distillery. I know most of our friends picked up a bottle or two, and I was like, I'm gonna see what else we find. We're going shopping, we're going to different things. One of the not many regrets on the Bourbon Trail. We had a hell of a lot of fun time. That's one of them. Yeah, I probably should have picked that up. So yeah, it's really, really good.
And I always recommend to people, if you ever go down to the Bourbon Trail, spend a half day or so at Bardstown, do the tasting, go have lunch out there. They also yes, like they said, it's Napa Valley style. So if it's not exorbitantly hot out there, they have a nice little outdoor patio with a bar. They got bocce ball, bags, like just couches you can sit out there and watch sports while you eat. It's just a great spot if you're just looking for like a nice Sunday fun day.
Yeah, it's the new, like we said, the new kid in town, but it's just a hip happening place. And maybe hip and happening makes it sound like I'm old and I shouldn't be saying those words, but it's a very cool place to be.
And they're coming out with a lot more beer collaboration series as well. People had like their founders collaboration. They just did a Goose Island with their stout barrels. So if you ever find one of those, just take a chance on them, because more times than there are a couple of there are ones that I'm not a big fan of, but for the most part, they hit more than they miss.
Yeah, no, I agree. There's a reason why, they're so popular so quickly. So
yeah.
Merry Christmas to all you guys. We'll be back Christmas Day for our last day of the 12 Days of Whiskey. Jason, thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.